is how we do it.
Please. I am going to shoot myself in the head. Give me my gun. Give me my gun. I'm still moving. Finish me off.
One time in the gut. Come on.
Come on. Wait, not the lips. Not the lips. Not the lips. There, go the hood down, baby.
Shh, I think she's dead.
Affiliates, you have 30 seconds to flip your switch and cut your song. No, please not this. Let's listen to that new A. Marie, because I love that song. Oh, yeah. It was missing from the system the past couple of days. There's just one thing. It really makes you want to do the crazy love dance to it, except the 2005 version. Woo! Same producer. Woo! Right? You just want to fling it, right? Woo! Go, A. Marie. Go, A. Marie. Go. How you feel? Sukiyaki. And shout out to A. Marie's parents, too. Affiliates, you with us? We ready to roll? You got 15 seconds.
This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
Hey, A. Marie, where's my gold plaque? She went gold. Her first CD, her debut went gold, right? Come on now, A. Marie. We were the first show in the entire radio universe to bust you off. Okay, affiliates. You with us? Is everybody here? Oh, jeez, Louise.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
You cannot understand. Wait, just a little something was going on behind the scenes. I apologize to everybody. We got started a few moments late today, and let's just move on and ignore it like it didn't happen. I came with good show. All right, yeah. Did you read about that weatherman yesterday for the King holiday who called him Martin Luther Coon? Oh, now see, out in Vegas. Well, give me my music. I'll read it to you the way it's been sent to me. A weekend television weatherman was fired after he made an on-air racial slur about Martin Luther King Jr., station officials said. Rob Blair of KTNV-TV was delivering the extended Saturday morning forecast, and he said, for tomorrow, 60 degrees, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We're going to have temperatures in the mid-60s. Jim Prather, vice president and general manager of the ABC affiliate, said Blair stumbled, but the excuse was not enough to save his job. And here's the quote from the boss. This kind of incident is not acceptable under any circumstances, and I'm truly sorry that this event occurred. Blair apologized during the TV station's 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. Saturday newscast. On a weather report earlier this morning, I made an accidental slip-up of the tongue when talking about Martin Luther King holiday. And what I said was interpreted by many viewers as highly offensive. For that, I offer my deepest apologies. I in no way intended to offend anyone. I'm very sorry. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, please. That's almost like he planned it. Yeah. Wow. Nobody's laughing.
Wow.
Now, I wonder if him being a racist will follow him from one town to the other. You know, in New York, we got a new guy on the morning show. I want to shout out to him. I didn't like you at first, you and all your shenanigans and stuff, but I like you. All goofy. He's got dark brown hair on the Fox Morning News here in New York. Anyway, I forgot your name, but I like you. Oh, by the way, Reebok and Pharrell have announced their mutual agreement to end their relationship. So now it's over. Because when last we talked about it, it was a fight. And now it's over. Ruth Warwick died. The legendary Phoebe Wallingford on All My Children. Yes. She's been old since we've known her. Hasn't she been old since she started watching? I remember growing up, my friend Regina, who's my model friend who lives in Los Angeles, whose house is okay, thank God, with all the mudslides and everything. But me and Regina would come home from school, and her mom would always have food for us. And we'd all, the three of us, watch All My Children. Yeah. Ruth Warwick was her name, and she had been... Actually, her career was launched with Orson Welles in the classic Citizen Kane. They say she died on Monday. She was 88 years old. She was at her New York home on Saturday with complications of pneumonia. And she played Phoebe Tyler Wallingford. She debuted in 1970 as the grande dame of the affluent fictional town Pine Valley. And she was great on that show. I haven't watched a soap opera in so long, but who could forget Phoebe Wallingford? A perfectly snooty name. I saw Phoebe Cates on the red carpet of the Golden Globes with her husband, and it almost seemed like, and maybe I could have been wrong, it seemed like they were having a fight right in front of us. I can't rewind the footage in my mind. I don't remember. I had no idea I'd even be repeating this information.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, like, Phoebe Kate, me, Molly Ringwald. Ooh. You know what I mean? It was all the same. Like Ridgemont High, that's like a cult classic for me and my peers.
So it's Porky's.
Porky's? There was a girl named Wendy in Porky's. Yeah. Shout out to Ron Frano and, just all the people who made the good old days
good.
I'm just glad that they're back there. But, yeah, Phoebe Cates, and then she went off and she married the older guy, Michael Caine, I think is his name, the actor. And you know what? Star said to him something about, something, and then referred to her as, and your young, beautiful wife. And so he said, I've waited all these years for her to catch up to me. She's no longer young. And she cut an eye. That's what it was, because Phoebe Cates is now somewhere between 38 and maybe 41, I would imagine. But when he married her, she was like 25. I mean, she was the young chippy. I mean, she's still a young chippy next to him, but it's anyway. It was just all too much, too revealing. Much like, and I insist, with Samuel L. Jackson's wife on the red carpet. There was a little something going on. Maybe they just had a tiff right before they got out of the limo. I don't know. You can always read people's behavior. Just a little something. Just a little, she just seemed, and he's an actor, so, you can never trust their behavior anyway. So he knew how to just, get out of the limo and pop on his, red carpet game face. Yeah. Did you see in the paper today about China? Well, it says that China was seen making out with Marcus Schenkenberg, the model from Surreal Life. And I'll tell you where they were. Where does it say? Oh, it Scores, the strip club. Now, the China that I know would have probably been open enough to make out with a doorknob and jump on stage and work the doorknob. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's the same China that we saw in the studio the other day to interview, anything goes. Schenkenberg, you should be ashamed of yourself. I can't get an accurate read on him, so I'll say I've never looked at him with the queer eye. Have you? It's almost too good to be true. Like, I'm looking for something because he's a male model. So I'm looking for something. Beckford just messed up the game for everybody. How you doing, Tyson? But I can't get an accurate read on Marcus Schenkenberg, but I have to say I don't look at him with the queer eye. I want to, cause, to fulfill the stereotype of a male model.
Do you like him or Matthew McConaughey is better looking?
Oh, I don't like I don't like the whole model mystique. I like Matthew McConaughey. Okay. I think he's a hot looking guy, and I wish that Sandra Bullock was with him. I think and I remember Janet had a brief, with Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, oh, fine white boy, go Janet, go Janet.
Wow. Sally Richardson did too.
Sally Richardson?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Ooh.
All right.
What? How you doing?
Hey, Dondre. I see you. Remember when Dondre Whitfield came up here with a bulge in his side and he confessed it was a gun?
Yeah.
Give me my gun.
It wasn't that powerful with a little teeny gun.
Yeah, it was a little tiny gun. Okay, so here's the deal, right? So I'm talking to Dondre T. Whitfield, taking you back to Pine Valley. We were just talking about Phoebe. Wasn't Dondre in Pine Valley for a brief moment? He played a token Negro. All right, so anyway, Dondre came up here for an interview. Do we have any Dondre Whitfields for best ofs? You know, I'm planning my vacation. Have we already played him in the best
I
of?
don't think so.
Because I think he's been here twice. We need to play the best of Dondre when I asked him, was that a gun in his side? And I'm not sure whether you were so forthright during that time and let me know that when you hugged him, you said, hey, man, what is that right there? And he said, well, you know, and he lifts up his shirt, everybody, all big and ballsy, like lifts up his shirt and shows old Artie boy out in the hall.
A little pistol.
Yeah, and what were the words with it? Something like, I'm back in New York.
I'm back in New York, and hey, anything goes out here.
Ah.
Like, he was a gangster. He's gangster.
Dondre, really?
That's Vanessa's boyfriend from the Cosby Show.
Robert! Pipe, 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 pipe.
With the shag in the back.
Is that Robert? Is that Robert?
Oh, Duck.
Ow, my towel. Ooh.
This guy for like 5 years, and I know you say don't cheat. I know, but I can't help it. I want to.
Do you have intention on getting married?
We're married.
Oh my God!
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wendy Williams rocking your station, dropping hits across the whole nation. Wendy Williams rocking your afternoon.
Let's go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
What's going on?
America, there is a need for alarm. For Wendy Williams Experience.
The Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio. Guess what we've added to the show? We've added a comment line, which is like the oldest radio. I don't want to say trick because it's not a trick. It's actually a great way to hear what you all think about what goes on the show. And not everybody has time to wait and dial, the toll-free number. The comment line happens to be a 212 number for this show is based out of New York City. And it works 24 hours a day. My suggestion is, and I'm about to give you the number, you don't call it right now. You wait until you go to the bathroom at 2 o'clock in the morning. Call in. It's not going to be busy. After the 10 o'clock news tonight, give me a jingle. I say, hey, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, whatever I call it, the comment line. Leave me a message. And then we check the messages and hear what you guys are thinking. It fills up pretty fast. We've only had it for about 48 hours. I gave it the first day, and then it filled up immediately. But it's 212-592-0464. Just take the number and tuck it in your bra or something. I mean, don't even call today. Call next month. 212-592-0464. For everybody outside of New York, wait until after 11 o'clock at night when the rates drop. Or better yet, do it now while you can use your boss's phone. 212-592-0464. So anyway, China and Marcus Schenkenberg, who are both seen on season 4 of Surreal Life. But the filming is already done, so now this is their afterlife now that the show is over. Well, they were kissing and caressing each other, it says in the newspaper at the Scores nightclub on over the weekend. China jumped on stage and performed a nude striptease at Scores. She asked to go on stage, and the manager said no, thank you. But eventually, he gave in to her, and she went on there. She went up on stage, and she was topless. But then after she took her bottoms off, the management told her that she had to stop. So she and Marcus Schenkenberg left the club arm in arm at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, follow this night, okay? Because the night ended at 4 o'clock in the morning when Marcus and China left the Scores. But earlier that night, according to the newspaper, she was over at this other spot called the Coral Room, where she jumped in the fish tank, and Marcus began filming her on his picture phone.
Wow.
It is what it is. And it was what it was. Lola Dean Incorporated, shout out to you. Princess Veronica's people faxed in as a follow-up to yesterday's story about Veronica getting threatened that Lala would slash her face. Lala concentrating on face slashing as opposed to that 9 carats and walking down the aisle and maybe elevating things, career-wise. She's on a nice track, but don't get sidetracked with that. But here's some facts about Veronica that Rod has sent from Lola Dean. That's her clothing line. Veronica is a New York City native from Old Westbury, Long Island, a neighbor of the Victoria Gotti family. She's 21, or at least her showbiz age is 21. Veronica stands to inherit a trust fund well into the 8-digit range. Wow. And that night at the club, Sugar J was there. Lala's ex-man that they were apparently beefing over. And Veronica's clothing line can be seen on some of our favorites like Jillian Barberie and Jamie Linda Scala and whatnot. And it turns out, this person says that Veronica is a fan of the Wendy Williams Experience. And so thank you, Veronica. Well, we were talking about you. When your clothing line is in Henry Bendel, I want to go and check it out. You know what? The Game's new CD comes out today. I feel like, do you have the song? Can we just hit that? Dun, 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 dun. I like this video, too. I know this is very rare that we do stuff like this, but I actually have to cough up a fur ball, so I'm making it an excuse. Hold on. Listen to The Game. His new CD's in stores today.
This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
We do make a move like it up in the club. Is that Shaq's gold-winged truck in the I noticed the Superman emblem on the back. You know, the car that their sides raised. What is that, a Ferrari or Maserati? Ferrari, yeah. Hey, gang. You know what 50's up to? Well, apparently, he's trying to get his hands on a 2006 Dodge Charger, a 4-door update of the classic muscle car from back in the day. And it's something that they're debuting at the North American International Auto Show, which will be coming to a city near you, no doubt, because you know, the auto show goes, that's like one of the big deals of spring that I always look forward to. I don't know. I like the auto show, you know, just to see what the future holds and all like that. I'm not a huge car enthusiast, but the auto show, something about that I like. So anyway, apparently at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit, they had that. And this car actually goes on sale in the spring. And so here's 50's quote. I need to know what I got to do to get a Dodge Charger first. I need that. So apparently Chrysler is rushing to get 50 exactly what he wants. The same thing that they did for Snoop last summer when Snoop wanted the Chrysler 300 sedan. Remember I did that story here on the show? You know what 50's doing? Something very Negroidian. He wants to commission the Louis Vuitton Paris, you know, the what do you call that? The headquarters to LV out the interior of his house. I don't know how much of it. Maybe it's just a room. Maybe it's just a bathroom. I don't know. You know, the house is big enough. The Mike Tyson house. Maybe there's 18 bathrooms and he just wants one to be extra black. I don't know. Maybe he wants the whole grand foyer tricked out in LV. You know what? Shut up. How you doing? I'm so hurt.
It's extra.
It's very extra. He wears a lot of makeup too. He does. This is how, but when he says, I'll give it to you just how you like it, girl, all that washes out of my mind. I'm like, ooh. Advice hour coming up.
Yesterday, I don't know if you heard Little Flip gave you a nice shout out on 106 and Park. He was just shouting you out because you broke Sunshine before everyone was playing, and he said after you played it, the whole country started.
Of course!
The Wendy Williams Experience.
advice. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's up? This is Keenan Thompson, you know what I'm saying? Or should I say, hey, hey, hey? Understand that, Fat Albert? Understand that, Saturday Night Live? You listening to the Wendy Williams Experience.
What kind of show is this, anyway? Different. How different?
Impactful. Cutting edge.
Let's take this form, this very American tradition of entertainment into the 21st century, the new millennium.
Okay, no. What's the name of the show?
The Experience.
I really like to see you. You know how I know? I'm getting a boner.
Have you lost your mind? Do you know how much mail we will get?
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
The content of the show, it's just politically incorrect.
Exactly. Who are the characters? You got characters developed?
We have three-dimensional characters.
What do you got?
How about
Pocono Dave?
Oh, here we go, dealing with these Negroes again.
Artie, life of the party.
Your eyes are closed, a mouth is a mouth, a toe is a toe, and a booty is a booty.
This is gonna be crazy. We're gonna hit him with the bomb diggity on this one. No, we're gonna get to star in the show because we need a star to carry the show.
The queen of all media, Wendy Williams, baby. Folks will be outraged. Outraged.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Yo, what's up? This is G1 and you're checking out the queen of radio, Wendy Williams.
Oh, baby, don't look any further.
Oh, wow. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, and I'd forgotten all about New Edition performing in Atlantic City over the weekend with Brian McKnight. And this person went with her sorority sisters and said that New Edition was off the hook. They took you way back. And then Brian McKnight went on stage and he was okay, but it wasn't as good as New Edition, basically, is what they're saying. And you know what? I thought New Edition was touring with Bobby Brown, didn't you guys? I know my Philly radio station, Power 99, was, I believe, giving away passes for, hey, what's going on, Philly? West Oak Lane, all like that. But yeah, whatever happened to Bobby touring with them? Anyway, it's Advice Hour here on the Wendy Williams Experience. Let's get to it. Dear Wendy, I'm 26. I'm engaged to a nice guy that I've been with for almost 7 years. The problem is, we live with his mother because his sister was killed by her husband, who turned the gun on himself in late 2003. They left behind 3 children. Now, prior to this tragedy, we lived in another state. We each had a decent job and things were okay. We were a young couple on our way. Now, we've been put in this house with his mother and the children. And over the past year, it's been getting very thick, Wendy. I'm not feeling this at all. I choose to ignore the advice of friends and family who told me that this was a bad idea when I told them that I was going to move back home with him. But I was grief-stricken when I made the decision. I felt that my poor baby, my fiance, had been through so much already. How could I just leave him alone to deal with the grief and his family? Well, now, Wendy, I totally regret the whole thing. I long to be free and young again. I feel that I've aged 1,000,000 years in like a year and a half. I have no sex drive. I dread going home at the end of the day. It's not even that I want to go out and be with somebody else sexually. I just don't want to be sexual at all. I don't necessarily want to break up with my fiance, but I just don't know what to do. I am obsessed with the thought of breaking free, but I don't want to lose him and what we have Am I being selfish? Neither one of us has children. The only thing that we shared on paper is our condominium, which we sold when we relocated. So my question is, am I being selfish? Do you think that I deserve all this because I was the one who decided to go along with it? I am so confused right now. No. You're 26 and you were trying to be a good girlfriend. And now you're engaged to a guy that you've been with, as you said, for almost 7 years. And it's time for you to have virtually the same conversation with him. It's time for you all to move out of his mother's house. I'm sorry to hear that his sister was killed at the hands of her husband who turned the gun on himself. That was in late 2003. We're now in early 2005. And I understand that pain like that never goes away for any of the family members. But your fiance has a life also. And his mother is there with her 3 grandchildren. I guess his mother's going to be raising the grandchildren. Yeah, it's time for you all to pick up stakes and move out and go, pursue your dream of getting married and get back to you being a sexual person with your fiance. I don't think you're selfish at all. And if he happens to kick up dust and not want to come along with it, then I think that before you approach him with this conversation, you need to have it in your mind what you're going to say if he turns on you like a wild dog because he wants to stay there and be with his mother. If I were you, personally speaking, it'd be a wrap on the whole relationship. I mean, I understand it's 7 years, but it's been 7 of your youngest years. From the time you were 19 to the time you're 26, you've been with the same guy. I mean, you've got so much more living to do. I mean, and you want to know something? I wouldn't go along and marry him. Listening to him say, okay, give me 8 months, right after the wedding, we'll move out. No. You all have to make plans like now. First, last, and security. Get it ready. And hopefully by March 1st, you all will be in a brand new place of your own. And then you go on and get married. I'm sorry to hear about all the grief, but to answer your question, no, I don't think you're being selfish at all. Dear Wendy, my husband and I have been married for 15 years, and he's been suspecting me of cheating. For the past year, he has been on my back every day asking me extensive questions about my whereabouts. Well, Wendy, I have been cheating. Ooh. The problem is, I've never told him, yes, I'm cheating. Wendy, I've been sleeping with the pastor of my church. Another marriage ruined at the hands of the church.
Speaking in tongues.
If he was to find out that there would be so much at stake, Wendy, my husband has threatened to leave me if I do not come clean. I know that I could never have a relationship with my pastor, but I love him too. Damn, you fell in love with your pastor?
Wow.
She goes on to say, I'm confused. Do I tell my husband the truth and save my marriage, or do I lie and save my congregation? The pastor and I have been sneaking around for, are you ready? Because they've been married for 15 years. 3 years. It started off with me aiding the pastor with the balancing of the church bookkeeping, helping the pastor choose a wise investment with the church money. I am an accountant, so the advice was free and saved the church thousands of dollars. The pastor married me and my husband.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. His wife and I are great friends.
Oh. Slut.
We have 2 lunch dates a month.
Oh, church whore.
My husband is on my back. It could be my guilty conscience wanting me to confess. I do not think he knows much, but he has a hunch that something is not right with me. If the congregation was to find out, it could make the pastor's followers lose their faith. Gee, do you think? So her final question is to me. Her final question is, what do I do? Okay, you ready? Grab a pen and paper. You won't have to write much. You confess nothing to your husband. You immediately break off this relationship with your pastor. And by March 1st, I want to see you and your family in a different church. Apparently, you're a church-going family. You haven't mentioned how much your husband's involved in the church. But if you're the one in your family that's most involved with the church, you think of an excuse that you want to go to a different church. Like, let's try a smaller congregation. Or, honey, after looking over the church books and stuff, I have to tell you, I'm not happy with with being a part of this church anymore. I'm not saying there's stealing going on, and I'm not saying there's poor investments. Look, you need a new church, and you need to break this off. And I don't give a damn that you're in love with your pastor. Are you out of your mind? He's married, no doubt has kids. You're worried about the congregation. Pfft, it's time to be selfish. Worry about you.
What about asking for forgiveness? Because she's going to hell.
In the 3 years that you've been having sex with the pastor, it'll take 3 years of hard forgiving asking. But you do that in your own private time or at your new church. Keep your hands off the pastor, and I wouldn't confess anything to your husband. Are you crazy? Lie, deny. Code of the ghetto. And now you won't have any suspicious behavior going on because you'll be going right home after work and on Sundays.
She'll start with the next pastor.
And she'll probably start with the next pastor. I mean, come clean with your husband only if you're asking for a divorce. Unfortunately, you're going to be taking the pastor down with you and the rest of the church.
Getting baptized after hours.
This is the same pastor that married them. I mean, do you understand the scandal? Your husband's going to knock his block off. Oh, it's going to be ugly. And his wife, she's going to pull you out strand by strand. So if I were you, I'd say nothing. And this thing about being in love, forget about it. And the extra sex, it's a wrap. As long as you're asking me, that's my opinion. Dear Wendy, I'm a new listener to your show. I think you're great. You are brutally honest, and I love it. Now I need your honesty. I'm a 29-year-old, and I have kids. Yes, all with the same father. I'm seeing a 25-year-old who is living with someone and has a daughter with her. I am not with anyone currently. My question for you is, should I feel guilty about him cheating on her and break it off, or should I continue to get mine? That's from Jay in Pennsylvania. Well, I can tell you something right now. You're 29 with 4 kids. Where do you find the time?
It's time.
Since the world is not perfect, see, here's the thing. He's not living with a girlfriend, because then I would say, well, how long have they been together? Well, they're not married. Well, go for yours. I don't really want to say that, but, that's what I would say. But he's living with his baby's mother. So this is more than a girlfriend. Should you feel guilty? No. Why feel guilty? So many people are cheating these days. There's no guilt to feel. But I can tell you one thing. You do need to redirect your extracurricular activity. 29 with 4 kids. What do you hope to get out of him? A marriage from a 25-year-old with 1 child, and you're 29 with 4 kids? Magic 8 Ball says no. He's not digging you like that. I mean, what it's ultimately going to end up in is heartache for you. He's with his baby's mother. They live together. You see this woman who's in love with her pastor? The same thing is about to happen to you. It's going to be all hurty because you're going to be all in love. You're going to start taking out your anger and frustration with him on the kids. I mean, I think that a woman of 29 with 4 children can find more productive ways to occupy her time in terms of her choice of men than a 25-year-old with a child and living with his baby's mother. Because trust me, no matter what he's promising you, he's not leaving her for you. I can't say nobody wants all that, but not at 25. He doesn't want all that. You are the nappy dugout of choice for the moment. And you should get out before you get all soft and pink and fall in love. That's all. That's all. Adrian says, Wendy, that's game. I played game in the last break. He goes on to say, I would have never guessed. I hope the CD isn't all 50'd up like the single. I've heard it on the show, but I had no clue that was game. Well, I can tell you the game CD is in stores today. It's called The Documentary. It's 18 songs. Actually, they're not all songs because I see the introduction is 35 seconds, but they have that down as number 1. So it's okay. It's 17 songs and an introduction. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it, but I can see he's got collabos with Eminem, 2 Nate dogs. Love Nate Dogg. Anything he's on, he turns the mother out. He's got a collabo with Mary J. Blige, Busta Rhymes, Tony Yayo. He's got a collabo with Marsha from Floetry, Faith Evans, and Game. He's got 3 collabos with 50. How We Do, which we all know. Hate It or Love It features 50. And so does West Side Story features 50. How many songs does he have on here actually by himself? The Game showing only the Game style. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the 17 songs are just Game alone.
That's a duet.
This is a collabo CD.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the clean version of it. Not that this is what I want to hear when I get in my car for my ride home. Do we have the dirty version?
I'll check in the bag.
All right. And can you please put it in my CD changer? I don't know how to do that. All right. Just like set me up. You know what? You can take out Mary J. Blige. What's the 411? For the first time in my life, I got to be honest with you, I'm a little married out. I've been listening to so much old Mary J. Blige. Anyway, Advice Hour continues next.
Wendy, man.
Hello?
What's going on, Remy? What happened with you and Gloria Velez?
Talking mad reckless to me. FYI, I never got robbed in my life. Who be letting Gloria Velez rob me?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Broadcasting live, it's the queen of radio, Wendy Williams.
Rushing in this 40 ounce, ready to eat from my pantry. Martin Luther King had her, Aaliyah had her, Black Star had her.
This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
Hey, yo, turn your radio off, sir. You popping right now with the queen of radio, Wendy Williams. I be the RZA, Wu-Tang in effect, bong.
Mr. Engineer, please, the music. Would you give us a record, por favor?
It's Advice Hour. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Wendy. Oh, my God. How you doing?
Good. Welcome to Advice Hour. What can I help you with?
I found my boyfriend sleeping with my mother.
Wow. How long have you been with him?
6 years.
And how old are you?
26.
And how did you find them? Were they luxuriating in the afterglow, or were they going at it hard and furious?
Going at it hard and furious.
Wow. What was the position they were holding?
Doggy style.
Wow. So she was getting it from the back.
Yes.
Third input? You couldn't tell?
No.
Did they see you look in the door?
No.
How long did you stay there?
About 2 minutes.
You watched for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Did you start crying immediately?
No, I left.
Did it turn you on?
No. Hell no.
Who were you more furious with?
My mother.
Where did it happen? Whose bedroom?
Hers.
At her house?
Yes.
What was he doing there without her?
I don't know. I have no idea.
How did they know that you were coming over?
No, because I have the key.
Okay, so what was it, during work?
Yes.
And so you just decided to leave work early?
No, I had something to do, but I couldn't go to it, so I just went to her house. And
did you see his car in the driveway, or was it in the garage?
No, it's an apartment.
Okay, did you see his car in the driveway?
No.
Wow. So what's your question to me?
Well, me and my mother really don't get along that well, but I don't care. I'll curse out. I don't know what to do.
Okay, why are you blaming her without blaming him too?
Well, I'm going to leave him.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, no, I definitely roll up with my mother. I curse her out, woman to woman.
Okay.
And then, because if she does it once, she can do it again.
Okay, thank you, Wendy.
Doesn't mean that she will, but, that's your mother for life.
Okay.
Damn.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, dear Wendy, I don't know if you deal with this kind of situation. Oh, sure, I deal with all kinds of situations. If I can't help you, then I'll let you know. but I work at a phone card store on Church Avenue in Brooklyn, and my work hours are from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and I'm getting paid $50 a day. But right now, the law is $6 an hour for minimum wage. But how do I find out my rights to get the $6 an hour without getting into trouble or losing my job? Are you ready for the P.S.? P.S. I'm an undocumented immigrant. So then, to my best knowledge, you have no rights. You are lucky to be getting the $50 a day. And if you want to make $72 a day, which is what you'd be making for working $6 an hour for a 12-hour day, you need to get your U.S. citizenship on. In the meantime, I'm sure you're a very diligent worker. Many immigrants come to this country and prove to be better workers than the people who actually are born here. But you got to get your paperwork done. In the meantime, I would lay low and collect my $50 a day. And if you want to change, you've got to produce some documents.
Keep cutting that grass.
Dear Wendy, I would like Woody's advice.
Oh.
All right. Well, you don't mind if I read it, do you? I'll read it and then I'll move aside. Dear Wendy, it actually starts out Dear Woody, which is my alter ego. Dear Woody, I would like your advice. I'm a 27-year-old woman, and I'm a big woman. I wear a size 13 shoe, and I'm 6 feet tall. I am not necessarily fat, Dave. I am big-boned. Dart. All my life, I have been subjected to stares and name-calling, the usual stereo. Why do I feel like I'm taking a page out of my own past? Absolutely. Stares and name-calling, and I've been stereotyped as being a dyke. Not a lesbian, Wendy, but a dyke. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, honey. A lesbian is lipsticky and soft and still maintains her feminine aura. A dyke? Or as the old school would say, a bulldagger? That's like Rosie O'Donnell. That's like Ellen DeGeneres. Wow. I've been called a drag queen. Who hasn't? A she-male. Who hasn't? Man-girl. And RuPaul reject, just to name a few. But Wendy, I'm 100% woman. I feel your pain, girl. Woody, I would like to embrace my womanhood, but I don't know how. All my life, I've been told I look like a boy. And all of my adult life, I've been told I look like a man. I love heels, but I don't wear them because they make me even taller. I love capri pants. I love mini skirts. I love tight blouses, but I just can't seem to find shoes or clothes that'll complement my look. Woody, can you please give me some tips on places to shop and the kind of things that would make me look more like a woman? I'm tired of wearing men's shirts from the big tall store. Oh, girl, I feel your pain. Now I only sleep in men's shirts from the big tall store. I love lounging around them on Saturday afternoons. I have a pretty face and a pretty nice figure, and I want to show it. Please don't think I'm trying to be funny by calling you Woody. I'm just trying to connect that part of you that has dealt with the name calling. I know it doesn't bother you, but how did you get to that point? She's talking to me and Woody kind of at the same time. Yeah. All right, hit the button.
Now, girl, you know you came to the right place for a size 13 woman's shoe. Yeah. While I've never been one to dress up, Jarrell does. Oh. That's who my wife caught me with.
What's her name again?
Jarrell.
Oh, my God. Wow.
11 years married and 3 kids, and I'm still old man. But on that one night, honey. Do you live in New York? 8th Street downtown. Got all the size 13 a girl could dream of. And from anywhere within the sound of my voice, you know Wendy loves Marmy shoes. They are online. They have fabulous, spectacular shoes, girls, between size 6 and size 12, sometimes 13. M like Mary, A-R, M like Mary, I. If you happen to be in New York City, that's marmyshoes.com. If you happen to be in New York City, there's another place that the diva does love. I'm speaking of Wendy now. She loves to go to this store, and truth be told, I love when she drags me. Because I go back and pick up stuff for Darrell. Jarrell.
Get his name right.
Because we still together even though my wife is flown the I mean, look, on 35th Street there's a store called Big Tall Size Shoes of New York. It's on the right side of the street, right off 5th Avenue. Honey, the selection is to die. And as far as that body of yours, you better work. You better prance. And you also better understand that any woman over 5'9" with a big foot is going to have that he-she effect.
Oh, yeah.
Wendy got it too, but you see she got over it.
Wendy, is Jarrell a bottom or a top?
She be walking a bottom mostly. Look, you stay here, girl. We'll be back.
It's Wendy, man.
I drove yesterday to get you, but that book is fire. Yes, honey, you did it again, honey. You did it again.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hi, it's Wendy Williams. Listen, do you suffer from fatigue and depression? Are you always tired? Do you have difficulty losing weight? Well, you've probably heard me talk many times before about my thyroid disease. Well, you may have thyroid disease too. You may have an underactive thyroid that is causing your health problems even though your blood tests are coming out normal and your doctor is telling you that you're fine. Now you can finally get help. The Center for Progressive Medicine, Manhattan's premier holistic medical office, offers the most sensitive thyroid test called the TRH stimulation test. It's the most accurate test that can uncover your thyroid problem. Call the Center for Progressive Medicine at 866-HEAL-123. That's 866-HEAL-123 and get your life back on track. This one simple test can finally help you feel more alive, more energetic, lose the weight you want, and look better. Call the Center for Progressive Medicine now at 866-HEAL-123. Again, that important number is 866-HEAL-123. The one test that will change your life.
I want to know what's up with Little Kim.
Please, more gossip. You need to pick it up.
Wendy girl, who's the gay rapper?
Matter of fact, it's safe to say.
Rather controversial.
Controversy in the rap world.
This is what I know how to do, so I'm not playing.
I hear you.
Go hard or go home.
All right.
The ain't playing.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Wendy Williams.
Every state wanna be like, wanna look like, wanna act like, wanna dress like, wanna sound like, style stealing, clone ass, fighting ass everywhere. Non-reality scene.
Wendy Williams Experience. This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
And life is only 3 guarantees: taxes, death, and G.O.D.
It's the Wendy Williams Experience on the radio. So, you watching American Idol tonight, everybody? Everybody going to be there for the season premiere at 8 o'clock? No, I'll be watching something else. I'm not, excuse me. And Randy's got a new investment. From what I understand, Randy is launching a new gym for overweight children. He's hoping that the Randy Jackson Childhood Obesity Foundation will encourage more overweight children to exercise. Uh-oh, it's John Leguizamo, everybody.
Wendy, what's up?
Hi.
I'm a big fan.
Very nice to meet you. Have a seat. I'm a big fan.
You're gonna be naughty, I know. I gotta watch myself.
I'm a big fan when you were in Empire with Fat Joe.
Fat Joe, yeah, that movie's slamming.
Seen The Past Before.
Oh, you still talk to me.
Who hasn't seen Carlito's Way? Tu Wong Fu.
Thanks for nothing, Julie Newmar, and all everybody in the movie.
He called it Thanks for Nothing. Was that a bad experience?
It was a crazy experience, man. It was like me and Wesley got along real well, and then me and the other cast members didn't.
Really?
Yeah, but that's all right.
Well, I mean, you know.
It can't all go good for you all the time.
How is it? All right, so you are casted for The Honeymooners. Have you started filming that yet?
Done. It's wrapped.
And that's with
They
Cramden
already
as
tested it, baby.
As dude.
Cedric is Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
He thinks he's Jackie Gleason, and I started to believe he was too.
Wow, he's that good at it.
He's corpulent. He's classy.
Yeah.
He's jocular.
Let me. Is that for the big screen, or is that going to be?
That's the big screen, baby. The big summer flick.
Wow.
Mike Epps is Norton. Norton.
Nice.
Norton.
Epps is a friend of the show too.
Epps is hilarious. That cat is crazy. I love him.
So now you have your new movie. John Leguizamo's here, everybody. Now you are Emmy nominated, Tony Award winning, or is it the other way around?
Tony nominated, Emmy winning.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's the opposite way.
Yeah.
I got something out of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what year did you win your Emmy?
What did I win my Emmy? I don't even remember anymore.
That long ago.
It was like 99 or something like that, 2000, something like that.
Yeah. Do you prefer like the one-man show thing, or do you prefer acting on the big screen for movies?
You know, I'm a lazy man, so I'm going to say movies. Movies are easy. You just go in there, you play, you have a great time. You go home, you make sure your check doesn't bounce.
Yeah.
Well, you know. Yeah.
You got to watch who you work with for those, right?
All the time. I got to watch your bag.
So are you married? Do you have kids?
I just got married.
Wow.
A year ago.
You're not wearing a ring.
I lost it.
Did you really? Or you just have never worn one?
I wore it. I lost it. It was like, you know, you're an actor. I'm an actor. You're in a movie. I got to change my wardrobe and take the ring off all day long.
All the time.
So, it doesn't, my wife doesn't not happy about that.
Yeah. So where do you call home now?
Manhattan.
Yeah. Nice. You guys got kids?
We got 2 of them, yeah. Latin twins.
Yeah.
11 months apart.
Are you Puerto Rican, Mexican?
Half Colombian, half Puerto Rican.
Colombian, okay.
Yeah.
And half Puerto Rican. And you were raised...
Colomboricua.
Yeah.
It's a mad mix. Be careful. Don't get me upset.
What about your wife? What is she?
She's a nice little white Jewish girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, she got money?
No, I got the money. That's all right.
Yeah.
One of us better have it.
How was it when, like, guess who's coming to dinner? You know, she brought you home.
Her parents were all cool, you know. They were like, "Oh, we love your movies. We love you. You're wonderful." And
Good.
They were hugging and kissing, and it was like, "Oh my God, this is great."
Good. Did they pay for the wedding?
No, I did.
Yeah.
I got the money, so I paid for everything.
Yeah,
it's
the
all
big
right.
to do.
It's all right. I'll pay for yours when you get married. When are you gonna get married?
Well, I am married. I've been married for 6 years.
When
And
you
we
get
went to
married
the
again,
Justice
get
of the
married again.
Peace.
Redo it like everybody does. Renew your vows, as they say.
Like Madonna and Guy are supposedly in the
Renewing?
process of... Yeah, and Nick and Jessica, even though they're still being called newlyweds, they want to renew their vows too. Listen, can you help me with something? Because you were in too long.
Like you need help. Come on.
Well,
what do you need help for?
I got to tell you something. Give me my... John needs headphones so he can relate to Woody. And
who's Woody? Woody's talking to me?
Woody is my male alter ego.
Oh, I'm afraid of that.
So I was talking. Well, you know what? Though sometimes, like
you're gonna get naughty. My friends told me, "Be careful. You're going on Wendy Williams."
No, it's a cakewalk for you.
No, they said, "Be careful." I'm gonna be careful.
All right, now if you hit Woody, is it going to filter into through John's mic? I'm going to change the direction. Okay, let me see. Hit Woody.
All right, John.
Oh, you got that look in your eye.
Yeah. I'm going to start this over again, okay? Just to catch you up to speed. Yes, I would like advice from Woody. I'm a 27-year-old big woman, and I wear a size 13 shoe. I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm not necessarily fat, but I'm big bone. All my
big
life,
bone like a dinosaur.
Well, you know, she says all her life she's been subjected to stares and name-calling and stereotypes. Being a dyke, not a lesbian, but a dyke. John, you know the difference.
Between a lesbian and a dyke.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Lesbians can be, sexy,
feminine,
hot, and cute, right?
Yeah,
and dykes can beat me up.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They lift more than I do.
Do you understand what I mean by that, Wendy? I've been called a drag queen, a man girl, a shim, a he girl, a RuPaul reject, just to name a few. Woody, I would like to embrace my womanhood, and I don't know how. All my life, I've been told that I look like a boy, and all of my adult life, I look like a man. John, basically what she's asking from me is how to femme herself up. Well, at 6 feet tall...
That's a tall order.
I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
You know
I
what
went
I
out
mean?
with a girl that was 6'2.5". But she was mad feminine.
Well, this is what I'm getting at. Suggestions to fem our friend here up. Now, the first thing.
I mean, how big boned is she? I mean, how thick is she?
Big bone a lot of times is buzzword for fat.
I was getting that. I was getting that feeling.
A spade.
Yeah.
Only you know the honest to goodness truth. I would suggest taking a good hard look at yourself.
Right. But a lot of dudes don't mind a lot of, little jelly, little.
They don't mind it if it's on 5 feet 8.
Well, she got to go out. There's a lot of little guys that like big women, They want the challenge. If they can climb her, they can have her, you know what I'm saying?
She doesn't want to be a freak show anymore. First of all, you will always be a freak show. You're 6 feet tall, you're walking down the street. Take it from somebody who knows. I work with this woman, that Wendy, and she's 5 feet 11. There's no hiding that. She also goes on to say she loves capris, mini skirts, tight blouse, and heels.
Whoa.
But she doesn't want the heels to make her even taller. Why?
Yes, you're already tall. You're not going to hide it.
Wendy wears 4-inch heels on a regular basis. Not today.
Not today. I was looking at it. Yeah,
I got these.
Wear the 4-inch heels.
The people who made up the gift bag for Sundance sent me these limited edition Uggs.
Oh, you're already getting your swag. You're a first pig like me, too. Give me all that regifting stuff.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, regifting, double regift. Just cross out the label. Make sure you take out the labels, though, and all the tags, and then sometimes they put the gift card inside where you didn't expect it.
Right, and re-gift it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would suggest you taking a hard assessment of the physical you. Perhaps there's a diet you should go on. If you're tired of wearing men's shirts from the big tall shop, then stop. You said you're not fat. You should be able to just waltz in a store. The only difference between you and another woman should be the flood on the bottom of your pants.
And if you wear a woman's regular size, it's just going to be a little shorter, right? It'll be sexier.
Exactly.
Guys aren't that picky. Come on. Guys, we don't really care that much. Come on.
6 feet tall and a size 13 isn't the problem. I suspect the problem has more to do with the big bone.
The big bone.
Well,
there's more meat on a big bone, though.
Do you wear makeup? Maybe you want a more feminine hairstyle. I would suggest going maybe to a makeup counter someplace at a store and experimenting.
Why don't you ask her to come here and you help her out?
Well,
redo her face. You don't have the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, hit my button. I gotta go.
Anyway, she wanted me to answer in Woody.
And you did a fine job.
Yes, but you know what? It's just
time. Why is his name Woody? Is that some kind of phallic thing going on there?
No, well, Woody is.
It's not the Toy Story Woody.
It's a good. It's a good gay name.
Woody.
Woody was married, but Woody's wife walked in on him and his boyfriend Jarrell.
Oh, damn.
Jarrell is a bottom.
Yeah. So anyway, you're a top.
Yes, for the
you gotta
most
be
part.
in domination.
Although sometimes, girl.
You do the flip over.
So what was it like in this movie with Lawrence Fishburne? John Leguizamo's here. The movie is called Assault on Precinct 13.
It's like a dream team.
It's a remake of a 1976 movie.
Yeah. You're a cinephile. Look at that. Yeah, it was a great movie. That started a lot of like the cop genre flicks of the 70s and everything. That was a pioneer movie.
Yeah. So
cast a lead man was an Afro-American. It was hot. And the gangs were Latin.
Lawrence Fishburne, in the case of you, is the lead.
Yeah.
And then the character... Ethan Hawke is in it, so it's Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. He's the smoothest Courvoisier in this flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
How many weeks did it take for you guys to finish this movie?
We did it in about 3.5 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys got pretty close on the set.
Yeah, we were watching Detroit kick L.A. butt.
Yeah.
We got close on that,
Ethan Hawke, like, who were you closest with on the set?
We were all pretty close. Like I said, it was a dream team, man.
Cool.
There was no like ego Vandy nonsense.
Yeah.
Everybody checked it at the door. We all got along. So
did Superhead visit the set?
Oh, who's Superhead?
All right, just asking. I just want to know if you were involved. A girl who gave herself that name. How did you prepare?
Superhead? What do you mean? Who is she?
A video.
No, she wasn't there.
Her name is Karen Steffens.
No, she didn't show up.
And she serves up a mean one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I could do that too by myself.
You're a very lucky man. There are men that would love to be able to do it for themselves.
Yeah.
So, John Leguizamo's here, everybody. Assault on Precinct 13. Is that already in the theaters? Or
tomorrow, baby. Tonight's the premiere, and
okay.
tomorrow is the big day, the big release.
Tomorrow is the release.
Yeah. It's a hard movie, man. It's tough. It's not for the weak.
Do you play a cop in the movie?
No, I'm on the other side of the law.
Okay, so from what I understand, then you play somebody named Beck?
Beck Garcia.
And Beck was in law school?
Yeah, that was my backstory. I was ghetto, but I was genius, and I wanted to go to college, so I couldn't afford it, so I dealt drugs, and then I failed the bar, and I got depressed, so I started using.
Right.
And I became a junkie.
Yeah.
And then I'm in transition.
Okay.
Quote, unquote.
And that's where you run into Lawrence Fishburne.
Boom. That's where we're both being escorted to the prison on a snowy New Year's Eve day, and Lawrence is the biggest gangster in Detroit.
Oh, this is great.
And his boys come to break him out.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to be out. I'm going to be free.
Yes.
And then, boom, the feces hits the fan. I didn't want to say that because in case it's a family show, you know what I'm saying?
Do you get out with him? Oh, my gosh, I'm all caught up in it. That was a good description.
Yeah.
Who are you to Lawrence Fishburne's character while you're
I'm his buddy. I'm his buddy. I'm trying to brown nose him and kiss up to him and see if I can get a job outside when we break out.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it gets you. The movie is gripping, man. The violence is, whew. Roxy.
You know what? I would like to see this movie. This sounds really good.
Are you on the list for tonight?
No, I mean, I would like to see. I'll see it on my own time. No, I'm not on a list for tonight.
Oh, don't worry. You're Wendy Williams.
No.
Come on. W squared.
That gets me in every place.
Yeah, W squared.
All the A-list joints. Well, how long? What did you do to prepare for this this role? Anything in particular?
Oh yeah, I always prepare hard. This time I went to a drug center, talked to counselors, ex-addicts. I watched a lot of people going through withdrawals and whatnot. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. It was a great time to spend with the family.
Nice that you. Do you spend a lot of time away from your wife?
We try not to. We got a 2-week rule because
What does she do?
She takes care of my kids, me, my family.
So then you guys can conceivably all go to Los Angeles.
Yeah. No,
together.
they all go. We went to Canada. We shot in Canada. They all came to Canada with me.
Yeah.
And we hang together.
That's nice. And you've been married for a year?
Yeah.
Over. You get tired of that. And then you be ready to travel to the sets by yourself.
No, never, man. No.
Next thing you know, it'll be.
I'm in for the long haul.
What do you think about Brad and Jen and Angelina Jolie?
Well, I hear Angelina is intense, man. I hear she,
Yeah.
She's naughty.
Naughtier
than you. I hear she's naughty, and when she has an idea in her mind, you're not gonna change that.
And you know what? I got to tell you something. I don't know whether I conveyed this to the listeners or not, but I suddenly believe that this affair had more to do with the breakup of this marriage than Jen not wanting to have children at this particular time.
You think? Nah, come on, Brad ain't that foolish. Come on, he ain't gonna let one little hottie.
That's not one little hottie. That's the sexiest woman alive.
It's true. I heard she's so beautiful you can't even look at her in real person.
Wow.
You gotta look at her like you look at the sun through cardboard or something.
Yeah. Jeez.
I heard she's crazy hot.
Yeah, we got to talk about that, everybody. John,
but Jen should have been there. Jen should have said, "My man's in the scene with a hottie." She should have been there and said,
like Jada does to Will.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo, everybody. The movie opens tomorrow. It's called Assault on Precinct 13, starring John, starring Lawrence Fishburne. Ja Rule's in it too. Ethan Hawke. Thank you, John.
I'm a big fan of you.
I haven't had any in 3 years. My wife cut me off 3 years ago because of her serious mental deficiencies, and I've still been a faithful husband.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Wendy Williams.
The way she dresses, she's a businesswoman. She's very intelligent, but, are people going to take her seriously?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Let me explain to you what I'm saying.
Wendy Williams! Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wendy Williams Experience.
Baby, you should let me live.
Special shout out to everybody listening today to the Wendy Williams Experience. Love to Philadelphia, Power 99, my family there. By the way, there is a flyer circulating the streets of Philadelphia with my name and my picture on it saying that I'm going to be at a particular event, which I won't be at. Philly, you know how it is sometimes, or maybe you don't, but hear it from the horse's mouth. No pun intended. Shut up. That no, the promoter didn't cross T's and dot I's. I knew nothing, so but I won't be there. So that's if you see the flyer, then you know, because I'm telling you now, I'm not going to be there. If you don't see the flyer, then this doesn't pertain to we'll carry on. Okay. Shout out to Chris. Chris owns this great club in Columbia, South Carolina called Main Event. They had T.I. there the other week. And, shout out to everybody listening in Columbia, South Carolina. It's a nice area down there. Hot 103.9. They be checking for the experience. You guys want to come on my Bodylicious cruise? Oh, it's not until November, but you know what? They tell me if you register now, you get $100 off, which is terrific. You got until like the end of January for that $100 off discount. Go to this website, bodyliciouscruise.com. And, I just had one in November, the first one. It was fabulous. We learned to drop it like it's hot and work the pole. Oh, it was sexy, and definitely for the grown and sexy. We drank like fish. I bought the comedy experience on the boat. Capone and Ken Black told mad jokes. We had DJ S&S from Uptown serving up the music all day, every day. Where did we go for that cruise? We went we left Miami and we went to the Bahamas. Artie and Dave were there. We had fun. They had their own cabins, and they met some nice girls on the boat too. Both of you still slay your Bodylicious cruise girls, don't you?
I just cut mine.
The one in Connecticut?
Yeah, had to end that.
Was it a sad song or was it easy?
No, it was very easy.
What, is she just finding out now because she's listening to the radio?
No, it was a mutual split, distance.
Okay. Yeah. And Dave, are you still slaying your Bodylicious cruise girl?
I just recently cut mine as well.
Oh.
Wow. So they're single and ready to mingle for the next Bodylicious cruise. We are sailing to Paradise Island in the Bahamas from Miami. And it's going to be November 4th through November 7th. Ooh la la, a fabulous time. Seminars, parties, comedy, exotic dance classes, casinos, and more. Did I mention the drinks? And somehow people managed to get the chief on the boat. So did I mention the chief? All right. www.bodyliciouscruise.com. I didn't see you this past year, but I'll see you next year, right? And for those of you who went, you know how great it was. Let's have a reunion. Did you guys hear that Madonna is suing Mary J. Blige, Eve, and Dr. Dre over the song Not Today? Well, I haven't heard that much about it. I have to investigate. They're claiming that the song is from her Holiday CD back in the day, which, knee-jerk reaction, Not Today sounds nothing like a Madonna song, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that Madonna is reaching to sue Mary and Eve and Dre. It's hard for me to believe that she'd be suing over nothing. I don't know. I'll investigate. Dear Wendy, regarding Advice Hour last hour and that immigrant working for $50 a day as opposed to $6 an hour doing a 12-hour day. Well, I heard, excuse me, he or she can go to the Department of Labor website at laborstateny.us. Or in the case that you don't listen or live in New York, then I guess, you plug in your state. You can anonymously report this. That's what LT says. You can anonymously report this to the Department of Labor. And if I were you, I would fall back and get my U.S. citizenship papers and then start complaining about the lack of money. I would not kick up any dust when, the law says you don't belong, at least not in the situation that you're in right now. But go ahead if you want. laborstateny.us. Or, you know what? Go to www.nyc.gov. How about that? Excuse me. And shout out to the big girl who faxed in last hour. I just want to read this to you. And this is so, you know what? John Leguizamo was distracting my big girl talk. It was fun having him in here, though. I don't mean that in a bad way. But I did want to get back to that fax. Dear Wendy, I'm a 6-footer, but no one would mistake me for no damn man or dyke. I'm a brick house, an Amazon. Tell that girl to grow her hair or buy some. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, too. I don't know what your hair is like, but it would seem to me that a woman wearing a size 13 shoe who's 6 feet tall, I I know cute short hairstyles. One of our office assistant interns, Nicole, there she is right there. She got a cute little style, but I'll tell you what, I would not plop that on a woman who's 6 feet tall with size 13 shoe and big bones. How you looking? You know what I'm saying? Nicole's like 5 feet 2. She's got a fatty and you know, she's a regular sized woman. Also, about the heels, put them on and work them. You're a freak show at 6 feet tall. You're a freak show at 6 feet 4. So what's the difference? You are a walking freak show, and embrace that. Embrace that and love it. And it's time to get over the childhood traumas of what growing up being big was all about. I have them. This girl on the fax has them. Woman who faxed in last hour, you have them. It's time to let it go. And about those shirts from the big tall shop, I'll tell you a way to fem them up real good. Don't wear them hanging out of your jeans. Instead, you grab them by the ends and tie them, honey, and show like 4 inches of stomach. Or is that gut? See, I'm not sure what you have. You know, show some gut. Roll your jeans up because they're all too short for us tall girls. That's okay. Roll them at the knee. God gave you those legs. You better work them. And practice walking in your pumps so that when you get out in the street, you are working it. And not all stares are bad stares. Sometimes people stare in admiration of the big girl. In, dare I say, jealousy. We do dominate the room for whatever reason, whether it's a freak show walking in or whether it's, damn.
Wow.
We dominate the room. What? A big girl walks in the room. The men all pause.
Yes.
Ooh. And it could be ew or it could be ooh. But either way, you got them. For that split second, you got them. And it's up to you to deliver the confidence. Oh, shut up, Dave. Dave. Obviously, we don't have Dave. Then again, we don't want him anyway. Oh, please. Turn down this damn heat before I shoot somebody. Give me my gun. Give me my gun. This just in. DJ goes crazy. Listen, we have to gossip next hour. We can talk more about Angelina and Brad. We can talk more about, Oh, I got an Usher story for you. I wanted to talk to you about what's going on at MTV. I wanted to talk to you more about Sheila E. Oh, do keep it here.
Wendy, man.
I have a boyfriend, and I've been with him for maybe a little over 3 years. And he's just now telling me that he has a child out there somewhere that may be like 5 or 6 years old.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
You scream on the jet from the box. He was not.
Just when you think you're the tallest. Shout out to this Army recruiter who's a 30-something. And she says that everybody in the armed forces listens to the show. The U.S. Army. Shout out to everybody in the Army National Guard, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Thank you all for protecting and serving us. Big Mama is 6'3", though, in her stocking feet.
Wow.
And she says she loves being tall. Exactly. As long as you're not too thick in the waist and reasonably cute in the face, you stick out.
You gotta be big. Just act big. Don't act small and be big, though. Be big in all aspects.
Well, exactly. Once you embrace it, you're going to take your whole big thing and everything about you is going to be larger than life. I know when I embraced my big, forget it. There's nothing small going on. Not my mouth, not my smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love the way you embrace your big. You have a runway quality about you.
Thank you. I sashay as opposed to walk, right?
Yeah.
When I'm going to get my diet Dr. Pepper, you see me sashay?
Yeah.
Because I can't hide, you know? There's no hiding. So I don't hunch my shoulders over anymore like I did years ago when I was a kid. I don't have a conversation with you leaning on one leg, bending my knees so I'm coming down to your height. Why don't you stand on your toes and come up to mine?
Ooh.
You know, I love wearing my hair piled a mile high on my head to take 5'11", then with the heels 6'4", and then with the hair make it 6'8". Yeah. What? Oh, people stare. Maybe I'm a walking freak show, or maybe they just love it and they're jealous. Either way, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I need you to stare because I need you to say, who the, what the? so that then they could get my name right, and then maybe they'll listen to the show.
There you go.
The freak show that it is. I'm trying to sell something. Every day is a sale. So I just embraced the whole. Who used to sing that song? I used to love it when I used to. Play my little dance music on the radio. Notice me, notice me, notice me, baby. My heart's on fire. I'm doing a whole mix. The love's burning me. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. So I just did a mix, including Paul Lakakis of Boom Boom. And, of course, Noel of Silent Morning. I think that was Sandy who did that, though. Notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me, baby. Absolutely. Right. I've hidden long enough. I'm out and I'm proud.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my big ass Amazon women. Oh, life is tough. All right, so Ellen DeGeneres has finally made her first public appearance with Portia de Rossi. They were on the Golden Globes red carpet. I don't know. I didn't see them stop to talk to Star. I guess, Ellen would have probably had a few words for Star pertaining to Al.
How you doing?
But anyway, so they were at the Golden Globes, and they went to an after party in Beverly Hills, and they clearly wanted the world to know that they were an item. They were smiling and posing for the paparazzi. Ellen was wearing a suit. No doubt in Hush Puppies. The ultimate how you doing statement. And Portia was wearing a stunning plain white dress. I hear that. Ellen's 46. And Portia's all, like 32 or something? Young, tight. Brad Pitt, by the way, is going to be in a Super Bowl halftime commercial. February 6th, if you're interested in watching. Do you play all this? We always party with Rezo on Super Bowl Sunday. This year is no exception. As a matter of fact, I'm hosting a Super Bowl party in Newark, New Jersey. And hi, Rezo. And we always play the Super Bowl halftime games. But usually by then, I'm like martini'd up. Like not for nothing. I can say it now. I was embarrassed at the time. I missed the nipple. Ooh. By the time the nipple showed last Super Bowl, I was busy. Who's looking? The food's always good and junk. We got door prizes. Oh, we do a gangsta Rezo every year. They got the Rezo commercial game. I guess that's where and they hand out little tiny pencils to people when they first come in and stuff at the Wyndham, Newark, New Jersey, as a matter of fact, starting at 5 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. So I'll see you all there. Capone, the gangsta of comedy.
He's on the halftime show?
What? You better recognize we're having a great Super Bowl party. But I believe that he didn't just slay it. I believe he is currently still luxuriating in that cat trap. Angelina Jolie's. I do. And in the next week's Star Magazine, which I've privy to have the article, they go into casual observers saw them strolling in Italy and didn't recognize them as Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, just a couple in love. And here's what the onlooker says. They really seem to have chemistry between them. And then upon looking closer, they discovered that it's Brad and Angelina. And also, while they were over there in Italy, what the Star fails to mention, but that I heard, not only were they staying in 5-star luxury hotel suites, but there was the inside the room door connection. Yeah, exactly. And they were always joking and laughing on the set. And he's 41 and wants his family, and she's all 29 and freaky, yet motherly, yet a heart as big as I don't know what. Jen is busy trying to build a movie career. And Angelina Jolie is trying to save the world. She's the goodwill ambassador to, a bunch of different places. Yeah. That's got to turn a guy on at the same time. If the girl is hot, God, beneath all that heat is a genuinely beautiful person. Exactly.
Nice lips, too.
Exactly. And behind the lips, there's a person that kisses their own child and would like to kiss more. Plus, kiss my soldier. You know what I mean? And she's all freaky. She said how she loves sex. And when she was Billy Bob, remember how revealing she was? In the meantime, she's going on crowing. Did you hear on Entertainment Tonight last night? I'm sure it was the first news blurb that you woke up to this morning, too. Her saying that she repeats they were not sexually involved, that she was just there, a shoulder for him to cry on. Well, anybody who's ever needed a shoulder to cry on, you know exactly what she means. Uh-huh. I bet she wiped his eyes with her breast real nice.
Oh, yes.
A shoulder to cry on. Jennifer, you know what? It might not have been your deal with the baby situation. I believe this was just a full-blown thing, and there's no competing. Yeah, no, because you're just a plain white girl. Angelina Jolie is something real special. I mean, like there's a plain white girl. Shout out to all the white girls. You know what I mean. There's a plain white girl, and then there's Angelina Jolie. There is Heather Locklear, plain white girl, friend in my head, I might add. And then there's Lisa Rinna. Oh. To me, Lisa Rinna's she's dynamite. Sure, a lot of collagen, I don't care. Breast and I don't care. There's Pam Anderson, plain white girl. And then there's Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Or Ashley Judd, one of the most beautiful women alive. It's just that she doesn't put it out there like that. She doesn't get enough credit. Or Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, shut up.
So there's plain white girl, like Jen Aniston, who, she looks like any old white girl that I grew up with in Ocean Township. And then there's Angelina Jolie. Yeah. Mother, ambassador of goodwill, blood vial wearing, sex deprived, starving. And did you hear that Beyonce is allegedly upset because Angelina Jolie was voted sexiest woman alive?
The ego.
You know what, though, Beyonce? Please don't sweat that. I mean, you had your time. I mean, and you still have your time. But you guys know what I mean? I had your time. You understand that? Wendy, I want to thank you for depriving me of my sleep last night. My girlfriend came home last night ranting and raving about how she's going to leave me. She also said that she called your radio program yesterday and you told her to leave me. You told her that I was just keeping her around until I found better. Oh, I remember it yesterday from Advice Hour. Oh, poor little guy. Derek DeJesus is his name. Listen to this because it has a happy ending. Until I find better. That is so far from the truth, Wendy. I just want a good life for me and my lady. I love my lady with all my heart. You have a life, Wendy. I just want her to have the finest things that money can buy. This is why I've pushed off wedding plans until further my education. Daycare costs are sky high. A beautiful home starts at $200,000. So I have a valid point. My lady was with me through the hardest times. I would never leave her, despite all you man-hating women and what you think. Wendy, y'all women need to stop getting into your little cliques and thinking so hard. Every relationship is different. Wendy, stop telling women that if their man doesn't marry them after a certain time, that he's not that into them. Please, you will have a lot of great relationships go sour for nothing. Think before you comment. I know you're speaking for the sake of ratings, but your listeners take your advice seriously. Well, you asked me a question, you're supposed to weigh mine in with your own sane opinion, because remember, nobody will ever know your situation better than you will yourself. And I perfectly well understand that every situation, whether it's a relationship one or a job issue or whatever, every situation is unique. And only you can make the best decision for your life. So for your girl to come home and rant and rave about how she's leaving you, she shot her wad too hard. Then again, maybe that's what she wanted anyway, and I just co-signed with her. Listen how it turned out. But for your sake and the listeners' sake, FYI, we're going to apply for our marriage license tomorrow. We're going to the Justice of the Peace next Friday. Tell Tasha Parker I said I love her. And that's from Derek DeJesus. Will you sing? Then I actually did help out. You're marrying her, the Justice of the Peace. It's going to be saving you guys a lot of money. And showing her, look, I'm not shopping for better. And I was all up in you all's mix. I'm sorry. Good luck. Congratulations, Derek. I'm glad everything worked out. Okay, so Nick Lachey, everybody. The Nick Lachey Project. Does anybody care? It's supposed to premiere April of 2005. He's going to take his music career to the next level. Do we care?
No.
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 I mean, I've looked at him so hard, I don't even find him attractive anymore. I think he needs a nose job.
He needs to stay married and chill.
Yeah.
That's it. Just stay married. Wow.
Well, guess what? After attaining that huge success that they had with 98 Degrees and then the reality show, The Newlyweds, Nick's first love is music, and MTV cameras are being given total access behind the entire process, from Nick building a studio inside his home, hiring producers and writers, signing with Jive Records, recording a CD, and finally working with a label to get the CD in stores. Through the journey, Nick is going to be completely submerged in his whole artistic Who cares?
It's the Ashley Simpson show all over again.
On the other hand, I'm doing my wraparounds for the final cuts for Wendy Williams is on Fire red carpet special on VH1, which comes on in February. Either the 6th or the 9th, I'm not sure. I was going to present you the wraparounds are the part of the show. Remember, I was wearing the light blue coat and I'm kind of hosting the show? Well, for my wraparounds, it's only 1 degree here in New York, and I was going to do a full-blown Miss Diana Ross. I was going to recycle my Dons and Divas dress and just do, like, full drag, but it's too cold outside. So now you'll barely be able to see the slits in my eyes beneath a hat and a muffler and all kind of other stuff. But we do our wraparounds tomorrow morning, and then the show will be ready to go on. And it's just a red carpet. No interviews, just red carpet run-ins. Stuff you've never seen before. It's going to be great.
Just warn me.
Oh, I will. Demetrio Furs got me covered.
Oh.
All right. Shout out to Demetrio Furs on 30th Street in Manhattan, New York City. Love them. Hey, LA, how are you liking the show so far? Look, I got a comment line. I would love to hear from everybody, including our new listeners on the beat in Los Angeles. Here's the comment line. It's 212. I'm sorry, everybody outside of the area code. Call on your work time or call after hours when the rates are cheap. It's the Wendy Williams Experience comment line at 212-592-0464. Okay, 212-592-0464. And, that's our line. We'd like to hear what you're thinking. We'll be back with more of the show next.
Wendy, man.
I'm 46 years old. I haven't had any in 3 years. My wife cut me off 3 years ago because of her serious mental deficiencies, and I've still been a faithful husband.
The Wendy Williams Experience. This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
Yeah, this Cassidy the problem. Full Surface is the label. J Records cutting the checks and Rough Riders is the family. And right now, you listening to the Wendy Williams Experience. It's big business. You heard that easy.
What up, y'all? You know who it is. Your boy, Jay the Kiss of Death. And you listening to the Wendy Williams Experience. What's up, man? Wow.
If you want me to stay, if you want me to stay.
Did you read about Ice-T's girlfriend, Coco T? First of all, I have to say I love both of them. And they were guests on my VH1 show, but we go way back, the three of us. I love Coco T and I love Ice-T. So anyway, Coco and Ice were apparently flying on a Delta first class flight, and they describe her as Coco with a sheet of platinum hair down her butt, a golden tan, a low-cut fur collar shirt that made the most of her ample breast. And she was also sporting a pair of shiny black leggings, partially covered by knee-high bejeweled stiletto boots. As she was walking off the plane, the pilot was overheard saying, "I wish my wife would dress like that."
Wow.
I hear that. Hey, Ice. Hey, Coco T. Hello.
Hello, Wendy.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I wanted to say that I love your show.
Thank you.
And I wanted to know, I remember you told me, it's funny that, to repeat it, but I remember last week and the week before that you were talking about the colon cleansing.
Yes, the colon cleanser,
Okay. I wanted to know, where did you drink those? Because I've never had it done, and the way you guys were, learning about it, I was kind of, I felt like I just came from under a rock. And I said, where do they do this?
They give them at a number of places. I don't know where you live, but I can tell you one thing. Your go-to person should be your general practitioner or your GYN. They know everything.
Okay, general practitioner or GYN?
Yeah. GYN, that's the one who checks your cat trap.
I know. I've been to one. I have a son, so I've been to them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I mean, like, I use my GYN. She's a wealth of knowledge. You know, I remember back in the day, you know, where do I get a plastic surgeon? Where do I, you know, get an endocrinologist? Where do I find the best pediatrician for my doctor? Don't you use each doctor that you love for other outsourced problems?
Yes.
Yeah, go to your GYN or just call her up, leave her a message. Hello, I want a colon blow, and then she'll call you back and tell you the best place.
Okay.
Okay.
But, I haven't seen my general practitioner in a while. So is there like any place like in Manhattan that I can go to, anything like that?
Yeah, the Yellow Pages.
Okay, but what would I look for in the Yellow Pages, like a proctologist?
Okay, why don't you ask your GYN then for a good general practitioner?
Okay. Oh, okay, thank you, Wendy.
Take care, bye-bye. I just said that. Like, my GYN, shout out to Dr. Yvette, love you, and you know, I use, you know, when Dr. Yvette recommends, she's been my person for like 15 years. 3 years I moonlighted, you know, because I had to, you know, move to Philly. I needed somebody closer, but now I'm back with her. 15 years. If I have a stubbed toe and I have to go to a toeologist, I go to her and ask. I don't figure, you guys, if you have a good doctor for anything, use that doctor to outsource for everything else. When I had the baby, I needed a pediatrician. I didn't ask around to friends. I asked my GYN, who's the best. And she gave me 3 of the best names, and I interviewed. Who do I go to? The podiatrist? Oh, okay. The foot doctor. Whatever. What did I say? I go to a footyologist? A toeologist. Hello, hi.
Wendy?
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
I met you down in 803, Columbia.
Oh, yeah.
At the Happy Bookseller.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to call for the longest to tell you I enjoy the show.
You're nice people down there.
And enjoy the TV show.
Thank you.
And another thing about big women, I love me some big women.
I know you do.
I love women that I can look in the face.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Okay, so you like them to be on equal height as well as a little extra meat?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Country boys like it like that.
Yeah. Everybody, this gentleman listens to The Experience on Hot 103.9 in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes. And home of the best strip clubs ever. Can I get a yeah? Okay. And the good thing about the South is that they barbecue in the parking lot of the strip club. So when you come out the club, you get barbecue like it's straight up Saturday afternoon at your family's reunion.
That's right, in the backyard.
Shut up. But it's right out there in the parking lot, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's the best.
Get your bedtime snack and take your behind right to bed.
That's it. Please. I luxuriated in the strip clubs and the
Come on down and get in there.
You know I'll be back.
Come on down. I'll be looking for you. Because you know, Wendy.
Yes.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Tony.
Tony, do you want to do some shout outs to some of your friends?
Everybody that's listening to Wendy.
Oh.
That's what's up.
Thank you, Tone. Take care, hon.
And I do the same.
All right, bye-bye. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, it's Wendy.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm calling because last Tuesday you said that you have some tickets for the Def Jam and Sonia Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Def Poetry.
Right. I'd like to know if you still have the tickets.
Look in the contest book, Dave. Do we have any tickets? I don't know. This is a WBLS New York thing. Where are you calling from? What borough?
I'm calling from Brooklyn. My name is Evelyn Anderson.
All right.
And I'm a senior citizen, and I love your show.
I see. You know what?
I can come and pick them up if you have them.
All right, here's the thing. I don't have any tickets for that, but I do have tickets for Tyler Perry's inspirational stage play called Meet the Browns at the Beacon Theater.
Oh!
See, everybody loves the Beacon.
Oh, yes.
These tickets are for Sunday, January 23rd.
Yes.
All right, we're going to put you on hold, girl, and we're going to take all your information.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What is your favorite radio show?
The William Wendy Experience.
Okay,
What experience?
Okay, all right, take 2, lady.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
How fabulous is she? Take her information, Zoe. By the way, Usher is saying that he's the one who dumped Naomi Campbell because she was just straight up boring. I'm bored with both of them. Who cares? You know what I mean? What year did Zoe just say she was born? 1931. How old is she? Dave, Evelyn.
74.
Look how fast the ex-corrupt car salesman knows the numbers.
It's
So
Rain
quick.
Man. All you do was January, because before January, she's 73. It's Rain Man.
Well, hi, Evelyn. We appreciate. She's obviously 74, the new 54, because she listens to The Experience. So she's young at heart. Hey, speaking of singing, there's this contest going on, and it's based in the Caribbean. Gerald Levert, Alicia Keys, and Wyclef Jean, and some other celebrities are involved with this. I'm going to play Ryan Seacrest, and it's like the Caribbean version of American Idol, which I know all you all are going to be watching tonight, except me. So it's at the end of January 27th to January 30th in St. Thomas. If you want to participate or just be down there, sit in the audience, we vacation together or something. Find out more information, go to CaribbeanShiningstar.com. It's going to be a great time. They got Keys, Wyclef Jean, and Gerald Levert involved, like I said. And I'm Ryan Seacrest. Uh-oh. It's time for me to go. What else is there on TV tonight? Anything but American Idol. All of us? All right, all of us, Eve. Okay, I'm going to do the UPN circuit. You all tell me who won American Idol or whatever goes on tonight. Anyway, I love you for listening today. Thank you so much. Our time together is now done. I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Peace party, people. See you later. 'Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night.
Program complete.
Okay, New York City, they're gone. We can talk about them now. The bonus hour is next.
Jersey Lottery's Mega Millions jackpot is up to $130 million. That's a big $130 million. Become a New Jersey Mega Millionaire. Get your tickets today.
Broadcasting live, it's the queen of radio, Wendy. Wendy Williams.
This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
No riding with a hood rat or a grown woman. Let's do it.
You've got it.
This is Ludacris. Hey. Was Mr. H to the Z exhibitor. Disturbing the beat.
If you've got it, you got it.
Yes.
On it.
What's your name?
Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams experience.
But you know it was fly, though. That was new from the game. Game is not over. I'm a vital woman. I want to live. I want to snap my neck. And I want to stay this extra hour. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the bonus hour. I'ma take you higher. Higher. Snap your neck, mommy. All right, baby. Oh, by the way, Vaughn Harper comes up at 7 o'clock with a quiet storm. Everybody calm down. Hey, you've got game? You want to play our WBLS Short Shots basketball team? Oh, sure. You guys can raise money for charity and give it to your organization, because that's what we do. Here, you can call the Short Shot hotline to schedule the game. 212-592-0556. I'ma take you higher. Yeah, that game CD is all right. I'm still not finished with How We Do, though. And I know that that's half 50. 50's on three cuts on the CD, including How We Do. And even though Game doesn't deliver my favorite line in the way that 50 does, because Game doesn't say it the same way. You know, Game says, I'll give it to you just how you like it, girl. But 50, yeah, I'll give it to you just how you like it, girl. Oh, yeah. But, yep, the Game CD is in stores now. It's called The Documentary. And there are 17 songs. And, of course, the intro. I will be checking this out in my CD changer in my drive home, which now only takes about 3 minutes because I wait for all the traffic to leave the tunnel, and it's a wrap. Sheila E., everybody, is going to be apparently directing the band section for the Grammys this year, which is hosted by Queen Latifah. Yeah, Latifah's hosting the Grammys, as you know. And the rehearsals for the preparation for the awards show are going to be online for the first time. Sheila E. is very proud of this. If you want to check it out, go to itscalledrehearsals.com. That's what it's called. You have to go to itscalledrehearsals.com. And she's hosting the show on the .com, and the show is the behind the scenes. Well, here's what she says. You can log on and see all of the band's rehearsals on Center Stage. Most of the artists have said yes already, so we'll see how many people we get. So you'll be able to see rehearsals. I know Latifah's performing, but she's also, or hosting rather, but she's also performing. So you'll be able to see all the rehearsals and junk. You know, and Sheila goes on to say it's hard to just let a camera roll when they're everywhere. At first, people are like, okay, then they forget about it. And that's when they act like, you know, I don't want to be on that footage. You know, you start getting all picky and stuff. Well, anyway, everybody, the Grammys are. What is the date of the Grammys? I don't know. But anyway, there's the website to see the warm up. You can log on to, remember, it's called rehearsals.com. Okay, good. Well, while I don't care about Naomi and Usher, I know you do. So just for you, let me report Nightline style. Dave?
Sorry, I was just into that music.
Okay. Usher reportedly dumped Naomi Campbell because he was bored of the model. You know, it's wrong that I'm using this music to talk about it. Despite claims by the catwalk beauty that she ditched the laid-back singer because his entourage was too controlling, his friends have hit back, saying the 3-month relationship had simply run its course. The pair's romance came to a head at last year's Billboard Awards when Usher, who picked up 11 prizes at the ceremony, asked his model girlfriend to accompany him. But Naomi reportedly refused because she thought he was getting more publicity out of their relationship than she was. However, shortly after the split, a source close to Naomi says, Usher's camp is very controlling and wanted Naomi to behave a certain way and do as they say, including show up at every red carpet event with him and pose for pictures. And she was sick of it. However, a close friend of Usher's has now been quoted as saying he's furious. Naomi's been going around telling everybody that she's fed up being told what to wear and how to act when she's out with Usher. She's been saying his advisors took over the affairs and were telling them where to go and how to act in public. Usher says it's rubbish. He's laid back. I totally believe her. Because I believe that Usher fabricates everything. You know, because you buy into it. I talk about it. I don't buy into it. I don't believe a thing that comes out of Usher's mouth, not the baby. I don't even believe the Chili relationship. I believe in absolutely nothing. He is the master. And you know what? He's not the only one, but he's the master. And to me, it's just so transparent, him, putting this stuff out there. But, if you're his fans, you fall for it. They do make very dramatic stories for me to tell, so I go along with it too. But, he's a big story fabricator. Because you guys fall for it every time. Once you get the how you doing memo, you'll be over it, though. Ooh.
How you doing?
All right. Dear Wendy, I need your advice because this is the problem. And I don't want to discuss this with any family members or friends. I'm 27 years old, and I've been with my fiance for 7 years, and we've been living together for a year and a half. I love him, and we're getting married this year. But the last few months, I realized that he has a gambling problem. Okay, everybody, wait. First of all, they've been together for 7 years, remember, and she's just recognized this in the past few months. Okay, let me continue. I'm not sure how much he gambles and how much money he owes, but I know that he's been very down and very depressed recently, and it has to do with his gambling. It is affecting our relationship because he gets nasty and is not his usual self. How do I approach the situation with him, and what do I do to get him to stop gambling? Do you think I should call off the wedding? Do you think I should leave him? Wendy, please tell me what to do. I want to be with him. I want to help him. I don't think you should necessarily break up with him, but you definitely need to call off the wedding and buy yourself a new pair of glasses because a gambling problem doesn't just pop up out of no damn where. If you've been in a relationship for 7 years, somewhere along the way, not the past few months. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a past few months thing, you know how people get into gambling. Let's go to Atlantic City. You play the quarter slot. See, you would have been right there with him the past few months. Oh, no. Brother has had something going on for a while.
If I was her, I would check her bank accounts. All of them.
You know what? That's why I said don't call off the relationship, though. In actuality, in my mind, show him how I'd exit. Start my car and peel. Exactly. I'd so be out. She's been with him for 7 years and she's 27. Her whole grown woman on situation has been spent like this. I would call the wedding off because I wouldn't want to give him any false promises. I'll tell you what, at 27, I did not have the maturity to handle anybody else's problems that were out of my realm of normalocity. You know what I mean? Like a drug user or a 1-800 gambler or an alcoholic. And I know everybody comes with problems, but nothing that's going to make you take a second mortgage out on the home and spend the kids' college fund. I mean, relationships are enough problems without having to deal with that. I could marry you with 500 pounds, the whole bit, or you got issues because you've never graduated from high school. I could even do that. But something with a lick at the end, or alcoholic, gambler lick, a drug-a-lick. No, and I know offender and all, so what? And that's not how I presented myself. I cleaned up and I'm committed to sobriety. And it'll be a cold day in hell before I ever go back. And it has nothing to do with my husband. And you know what? Very little to do with my son. It has everything to do with me and how I choose to live my life. I would definitely call off the wedding and ease out of the relationship. Plot on being single by June 1st. You might want to get him some help, though. And check your bank account. And don't leave him in the room with your credit cards. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that much about gambling, so I wish I had a telephone number to give you, but I don't. I just know one thing. This just didn't pop up out of nowhere. And the reason that I said maybe you need more time to yourself is because if he's been able to hide this from you all along, then maybe you need some alone grown woman time to really get your, there's a certain swagger that a woman who could take care of herself, you know what I'm saying? A certain maturity, like, I smell weed. You know what I mean? I know a gambler when I see one. You know what I mean?
It smells red.
Or something. How do you approach him? Straight up. Straight up. Oh, and the wedding is called off. No, we can still date. Hopefully he'll say no, then it's really over. Then there's no baggage on you. Oh, after 7 years. But, I'm saying he's got a secret. That's like having a child that you didn't know about. Almost. I have it like that. It's exactly. It might cost more than a child. As a matter of fact, a gambler, a good addict will rob from your child to support his habit. You can't have that. You're busy being naive over there. You come home from work, there'll be no house to put the key in. Oh my gosh. I just love the celebrities when they participate in things that you say, oh my gosh, like for years I've known that Anita Baker has been an IHOP owner. But do you know that they're doing a new campaign for the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity? And they, as opposed to looking for actors to do it, they've looked on their roster of franchise owners. And guess who they've come up with? Bruce Willis is an IHOP franchise owner. He's going to be in the commercial. Stone Phillips from Dateline. Anita Baker. Of course, you already knew that. Roger Clemens. Isn't that great? Roger Clemens is going to do the blueberry fruity pocket. And Anita Baker is going to do the peaches and cream fruit pocket pancakes. And Stone Phillips is going to do the caramel apple fruit pancakes. And Bruce Willis is going to do the strawberry banana fruit pocket. I love those Rudy Tooties, but why does every IHOP now just have... They just seem like they need a good spray down before you even touch the door to open it to walk in.
Silverware all sticky.
That's all I'm saying. I am not trying to throw daggers or anything, but I'm just saying it has been years since I've even thought about.
Oh, they were good though.
They are good when you're good and I guess trommed up or whatever. If you're on the chief and you're not noticing sticky silverware and
the smell of cooked roaches.
Oh, come on. There is this place near our house that I absolutely love. It's called the Original Pancake House. And my writer, Karen Hunter, my writing partner. Hey, Karen. Karen and I are busy trying to turn out a third book. That's our side hustle. She turned me on to the old original Pancake House, and it's right across the street from a TJ Maxx too, so I can go in there and it's all clean and nice, and it's just a far cry from IHOP. When I walk in IHOP now, it's like you're in the hood now, here. And I don't care what neighborhood it is. It has nothing to do with the neighborhood. It's just like So Bruce, Anita, and you all, you need to get it together. Because I don't care who's doing the commercials. I don't want no Rudy Pooty. It's a damn roach sitting there. Damn roach floating in the chocolate milk.
Maybe it's staff.
They have a 24-hour IHOP, though, in Newark. That's the last time I ate IHOP food. And actually, I did a book signing there. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there were so many people there, I couldn't even sign books. Yeah, people came out and showed, well, God, geez. A 24-hour IHOP, see, that changes the complexion. Because I eat at a 24-hour IHOP. Because after midnight, everything tastes good. Do you want to tell you you want me to tell you what's really good to binge on? I've gotten so lazy and so busy, and I feel guilty about it, but not anymore. Have you ever eaten the Smucker's Crustables? Your kids like peanut butter and jelly? Okay, Smucker's makes these in the shape of a circle. It's in lieu of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich where you have to get the knife, get the jelly, open the peanut butter, dip and spread. It's just all too much work. Even that's too much work. You go to the grocer's freezer, right? They got blueberry Crustables and they got the grape Crustables. 270 calories. But I got to tell you something. 30 seconds in the microwave at 2 o'clock in the morning beats a Rudy Tooty anytime. Wow. Look, when I go grocery shopping this weekend, I'm going to make sure to bring in a box for next week. Because this is what I do with my kid. I throw one in the lunch along, some other stuff, grapes and whatnot. By the time he eats lunch, it's all, and the reason they call it Crustable is because no crust. The bread is so soft, melts in your, like butter. Like butter. It is the best invention ever for lazy ass mothers, I guess. And the guys who slay them, because it's perfect after slayation food. You get slayed, you grab the apple juice, you grab the wrap and a Crustable. Oh, wow. And you either zap it in the microwave for 15 or 30 seconds, or you just eat it frozen. Because if it's after midnight, then chances are, there's some chief involved. Everything tastes good with teeth. Cameron Diaz, who cares about your adventure show on MTV? You just can't take everybody, even though they're interesting, and put them in anything. Why am I so turned on to her relationship with Justin? Like, are they going to get married or aren't they? All right, I'm not but I'm interested in that. But I could give a crap about a show called Trippin' on MTV. Do you care? Okay, let me just explain it. Cameron and a group of travelers are going to explore exotic environments around the world and figure out how to preserve them. They call it The Journey of a Lifetime. It's MTV's new adventure reality series called Trippin'. And you can start tripping with them on Monday, March 28th at 10:30 p.m. You want to hear some of her friends? Drew Barrymore, Rebecca Remains Famous. Okay, so it's not just tripping, it's licking. I mean, because I'm just saying.
How you doing?
Rebecca Remains Famous and Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz.
No.
Come on, you know what all that's about. Wow. All right. That 10 action. Wow. DMX is going to be in there. They fly in the Chief.
Oh, yeah.
And his friends with the scale.
Easy.
Just playing jokes. Blink 182. From that group, Mark Hoppus. Do you know who that is? All right. Well, he's into everything.
Lead singer.
Yeah. Eva Mendes, hot.
Yeah.
That's a straight girl to try to see who can get her.
Yeah.
And they'll have a little bet going. Cameron, Drew, and Rebecca.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? They'll get their bet going on Eva Mendes behind. Farnsworth Bentley.
Oh, wow.
Everybody needs that extra friend to come along. Hey, Farnsworth. A BMX biker, Redman, is going to be a part of it. That's for when DMX is busy. Redman brings the trom.
There you go.
Jessica Alba. Kelly Slater, Pam Anderson's ex. I mean, I don't care.
Shout out to the whole Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah. This whole show is going to be one big rainbow coalition.
Yeah.
Eva Mendes, don't drop the soap.
Please don't.
Damn.
Kid Rock's going to be on it, too. Celine Dion's husband has been cleared of everything. That rape was not looking good at one point. You know, it was almost believable because he ended up paying the girl $2 million to drop the accusation. See, sometimes, like, I know many of us think that because Michael Jackson chose to pay the accuser, you know, nothing's been right since then. But sometimes people pay people to get them off their back for real. I don't know whether that's what I believe with Renee Agile, but I can tell you one thing. The crazy woman who was accusing him of rape has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. And I got to tell you something. This case has been going on. I think this case started when I was at Power 99 in Philly in the morning, before I even came back to New York. This case has been dragged on, and we wags have all been looking at Renee Agile as, you know, the raper. Which is a terrible thing to have to put off on a man. But, you know, sometimes when these cases aren't wrapped up lickety split, you just branded the bad name. So let me just put it out there that even though it did look suspect that Renee Agile paid this woman, Kwan Sung, $2 million to drop the accusation in a bid to protect Celine's image. Just like, you know, go away. I didn't do it, but I'm going to give you $2 million. My wife is the next big deal. You know, we're trying to land our big contract in Vegas. You know, maybe she was pregnant at that time or whatever. Oh, here is what it says. It says, Sung contacted Agile 2 years later for an additional $1 million for her gambling debt. Now, see, there's a gambler for you.
Wow.
She gambled away the whole $2 million originally, knew that she still had a rape story that she could possibly tell, and asked for an additional $1 million. Well, at this point, I guess, you know, he was able to go to Celine and say, look, let's fight this. If we give her any more money, I mean, this can go on forever. So I guess justice was served if he's innocent. And so I guess we're to believe that he's innocent, even though I know how easy it is for a man to fondle a woman in a Las Vegas hotel. She didn't say full sex. She said fondulation. So you know what that is. You know, you rub up close and, you know, touch the breast. How quick does that happen? Celine could virtually be standing right next to him.
Yeah.
You know, and she, you know, so they say he's innocent. So we'll just ride with that. But for the extortion, she's getting locked up for 5 years in prison.
Yes.
That'll learn you. Can I just read this from Advice Hour? What I like about the Hour of Truth is that it's like a hodgepodge of everything, yet nothing. John Leguizamo came in earlier today. He was fun. He's got a movie that opens tomorrow called Assault on Prison 13. No, we didn't dig into anything, you know, big. I mean, it was his first time to the show and whatnot. I don't know that much about him. I always looked at him with the how you doing eye, but you know what? That's the stereotype of the whole, you know, play scene, Broadway, the Tu Wong Fu. I'm still, because he was a good looking woman in that. But he let us know, you know, he just got married. He's got 2 kids. He just, you know, you didn't run the drill on him, though. That's the only thing, Dave. You didn't see the drill?
I saw
you just
the drill.
didn't. Okay, why did we choose not to run a drill on John Leguizamo?
You know, I grouped out. I like him so much as an actor. I grouped out.
That's where you're supposed to have his back.
Okay, next time he will get it.
Yeah, because he was
because I can't have people grouping out in here.
Exactly. Well, you know, unfortunately, you know, there's certain people that art is not safe around because he just turns into a starstruck groupie. But John Leguizamo, yeah, I'm sorry. Good luck with your movie. What'd you wear? A set of caps on the set? Yeah. Just the drill. You know what he could use? He doesn't have crooked teeth. He could use a serious tooth whitening process. Yeah, that's all. Dear Wendy, and his movie, don't forget, Assault on Precinct 13, which he described it. It's very violent. And Lawrence Fishburne stars in it. It starts out where Lawrence Fishburne is like the head of all bad guys in Detroit, and he's in jail. And Leguizamo is a law student that goes wayward, you know, fails the bar repeatedly, sells drugs, ends up in jail, befriends Lawrence Fishburne like a little puppy dog. Like, when we get out of here, because he heard the word from Lawrence Fishburne that Fishburne's friends are about to break him out of jail. So Leguizamo's like, I'm right along with it. When we get out of here, are you going to give me a job? You know, like the puppy dog thing. Well, it's called Assault on Precinct 13. It's a remake of the 1976 movie. I hope I sold you on it because I'm feeling bad about that tooth remark. I'm trying to backpedal. Have we talked about it long enough? Yeah. Well, you got to understand. I just,
Yeah,
anyway.
headphones on too.
What?
Yeah, headphones on too.
Yeah, he did have it, but he doesn't know what the drill is. You would have just hit it once tastefully and then just let it alone. But the idea that you're just going to let somebody come up here and not hit it at all when clearly, did you notice?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, did you notice?
No, I did. And I was teetering on the edge. I'm like, I love this man. I'm a fan of his.
I'm a fan too. I'm a fan of Diana Ross too.
Why you didn't give me the signal then?
Because I'm looking for you to produce. You were supposed to have tapped Dave, and then Dave was supposed to hit the drill. And I didn't want to look at either of you all because when we dropped the drill, I'm supposed to act like it is a party to all of it. So I'm not going to pass you a drill note. He's sitting right next to me, you guys. You saw on the VH1 show. My guests sit right next to me. So I can't write drill and then show a sign. They sit right next to me. So I'm looking all up in his grill, in my mind, calling for the drill, and nothing is happening.
It'll never happen again. I'm sorry.
Don't do that anymore.
Sorry, hold on.
Everybody who needs the drill gets the drill.
Okay.
Dear Wendy, I have a very, very, what is this? Something or another situation to deal with. I'm a 38-year-old woman with two grown kids, 13 and 15. And my boyfriend and I, my boyfriend and I came here from Jamaica to make a better life for ourselves. Now, my boyfriend is not my grown kids' father. Now, remember, everybody, she's 38 and her kids are 13 and 15. First, he met this woman on the internet and started talking with her within a month of us getting here. Then he left me in New York, went to Ohio to meet with her without my knowledge. Then the drama came. Within 3 months, he married her. He claims to get the papers, for the green card. He lied to me, and he told her that I was his ex from the past. Wendy, I still love him. He's now trying to convince me that it's been... He couldn't convince me of nothing. Now, let me say, what's her final question? So, Wendy, what do you think? Should I wait for him and give him the time that he needs? He says he needs 6 months to, stay married and turn over. Or should I continue to live my life and forget him after 4 years? Yeah, you know what? He's in a new country, a land of a brand new cat trap. And I would let him go. I wouldn't stay. He's not your kid's father, and your kids are grown up enough to see you go through this. Are you? No way. You went to Ohio without your knowledge, married somebody else without you. He's going to get his green card and go on with his life. Meanwhile, you still won't have yours. Or do you have yours? I don't know. I wouldn't stay. It's too much of a lie. Your boyfriend got married right under your nose. Look, he left her with rent on an apartment, $950. He made her get the apartment so they could all live together. And he hasn't even bothered helping pay the rent. It's been 6 months now. And she says it really doesn't matter because her salary covers the rent. It's still unfair. Wow. But life is unfair. You live and you learn. I'd drop him in a heartbeat. There is absolutely no way. Okay, look, this is the deal. We should probably go into a break. What is going on? Okay. Look, we're going to go into a break. Now, I don't know exactly musically what's coming up, but I can tell you this. Vaughn Harper with The Quiet Storm comes up at 7 o'clock. And no, Vaughn, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I'm writing Art a note about and Dave a note about what I want to hear next.
Uh-oh. Care to share?
No. I'll tell you this. Lock the door to the studio.
Uh-oh. That's serious.
Well, it is what it is.
There you go.
I'm a woman of a certain age.
There you go.
This is what I want to hear.
Okay. You are the queen.
No, I am not. I am merely an office schlep. Yeah. However, I can tell you this. I'm not ready to lay down and die.
Okay.
I love my BLS family with today's R&B and classic soul. But add to that the Wendy Williams experience. Because sidebar, that means it is what it is.
Uh-oh.
Dave, here's my request. Please load it into the CD player. I've brought it right from my aviator.
Oh, no.
Thank you very much.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No.
we'll be back in a moment. Oh, you're so cute. Give mommy a kiss. Mm-mm.
Daddy. Come on. Mama. What's up?
I like this song here. Oh, it's Bone Crusher and Renegade Fox. What? All right, stop. For all you haters. See, I'm not ready. What is this?
Stylistics.
Stylistics. Mm.
Hurry up this way again.
Oh.
Hot joint. 70s classic.
Oh, yeah, BLS 107.5. Today's R&B, the classic soul.
Yeah.
And the Wendy Williams Experience. It's my pleasure to be here with you all every day, for real. And I love, I mean, can we stop? I mean, can we ride out with some hot music pads at the very least? Give me the game. Can I have How We Do? Do you have that in there? More smooth grooves to make your body move. With a D-move. He does middays. And don't forget PM in the AM. And don't forget, right after me, it's Mr. Harper. It's Vaughn Harper and his Quiet Storm on your radio station, 107.5 WBLS. But this is the Wendy Williams Experience. This is a bonus hour on the Experience, which I absolutely... Oh, geez. Come on. Oh, snap. West Hempstead. What's really hood? Hi, everybody in West Hempstead. You know, this Friday you can join Bob Lee for the grand opening of H&R Block. It's that time of year. Oh, yeah. 14 Westminster Road, and you can get your BLS goodies to go while supplies last. Now, Bob's going to be there with our BLS Hummer, and they'll all be there around 4 o'clock on Friday. See, half the women my age are snapping their necks silly right now, and the other half are like, bring back them, the stylistic. You know what I mean? It's like such a weird stage in life. I'll grow up. I am grown. What do you mean? I pay my bills on time and I take care of my responsibilities. Well, you and that damn... What? I'll give it to you just how you like it, girl. You guys heard about that Vegas? Just to recap some of the stories that I was telling earlier, you guys might have missed because it's the bonus hour and I know you're in the traffic and you're trying to rush home. Did you cook? I've had the crock pot on all day. Lima beans with a big ham hock, a little onion, a little garlic and salt and pepper. Not even lima beans, better than that, butter beans.
Oh.
I soaked them last night in the water. And then this morning, I threw the ham hock in there and turned them on low. 6:30 this morning. Yep. It's been on all day.
Damn.
Yep.
I can't get that in my house.
No, we can't get it in our house either, but I'd rather eat my food than hawk. Ooh. And let's be real, that hawk thing has been dwelling in my mind like crazy. I can't go up at home and ask for some General Chow and some wings fried hard because I'm scared. I'd rather take the time. So, I use my time in the morning to prepare what we're going to have for dinner. And I don't do it all the time. I'm no Martha Stewart or anything. We went out for dinner last night. We'll eat at the house of, we'll eat Ray's Food from the House of Plenty tomorrow night at the comedy show. Wednesday night, I'm going to make something too. Or Thursday night, I'll make something too. And then I try to cook on the weekends. Anyway, look, enough of that. Damn, I can't wait to get home too, because I'm going to take the ham hock out. I'm going to, I'm going to throw in a piece of kielbasa in the oven and then cut that up in small pieces and throw it in there too. Just a real hearty meal for a 2-degree night. And then I'm going to watch anything but American Idol. I'm going to sit in the middle of the bed, everything in a bowl. A weekend television weatherman was fired for making a racial slur about the Reverend Dr. King. He called Dr. King Martin Luther King Jr. Day. He said his name is Rob Blair, and he works in Las Vegas for KTNV TV, and he was delivering his extended forecast on Saturday morning when he said, for tomorrow, 60 degrees, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's going to be some temperatures in the mid-60s. Well, Of course, the people over at the TV station said, this is unacceptable under any circumstances. The guy apologized during the 6 p.m. and the 11 p.m. newscast, and this is what he said. On the weather report earlier this morning, I made an accidental slip of the tongue when I called Martin Luther King holiday. And what I said was interpreted by many viewers as highly offensive. For that, I offer my deepest apologies. I in no way intended to offend anybody, and I'm sorry. Well, he was fired. Yeah. Who's the little guy on Channel 9 who reminds me of the guy who sings Donka Shane? Oh, he's just so cute. I just want to pick him up and pinch his cheeks. And he's a grown man. Who does the news on the UPN on the Brenda Blackman show? The weather.
I don't get the Negro TV up where I live.
Damn, I'm trying to think of his name. He's just so cute. He's got black hair. He uses it with a side part. Zoe, who does the, you watch Channel 4 News? Who's on there? Who are the stars of that news? Oh, yeah, she's a legend. How you do? I love Sue Simmons. Oh, huh? Remember Chi Chi Williams from back in the day? Anyway, let's move on. I see women like Sue at like women in media luncheons and stuff like that. When they do stuff like that, in Manhattan, big media day and stuff. And I like to go to things like that and put on a nice suit. And, but I realize that I'm representing the experience and all this tomfoolery that goes on here. You know what I mean? Hi to Brenda, though. Hey, Bren. Me and Bren use the same attorney, Ray Hamlin, Hunt Hamlin and Ridley in Newark, New Jersey. Dynamite. Hey, Ray. Ruth Warwick died. I said that earlier. She played Phoebe Wallingford on All My Children. She was 88, and she passed at her house on Saturday. Her New York home. She had complications from pneumonia. She'd been with All My Children since 1970. And she played the affluent grande dame of Pine Valley, Phoebe Wallingford. She was always in somebody's business. You wanted to choke her. Alas, she's and she got her start with Orson Welles in Citizen Kane, the classic. Yeah. Goodbye, Miss Phoebe. Did you read about our friend China in the newspaper today? Ugh, I talked about this earlier too. Were you even here for China's interview? It was China from Surreal Life and whatnot. Well, she was kissing and caressing Marcus Schenkenberg, her co-star on Surreal Life. They were at Scores, the stripper place. China jumped on stage and started performing a nude striptease. And then she ended up taking off her bottom, so she was totally naked. The manager had to ask her to get down. She and Marcus left the club together, at 4 a.m. Now, earlier that night, because this was a whole whirlwind night, you would think that this is the wildest thing that she did all night, but no. Earlier that night, apparently, China and Marcus were over at the Coral Room, where she proceeded to jump into the fish tank. And he was busy catching it on video. Wow. He doesn't care nothing about her. You know what I mean? That's just, but because he really doesn't have a personality on Surreal Life. Like, I look at him, I'm like, what did Pam Anderson see in him? I don't get it. I mean, he's good looking, but that's all he is. And after a while, doesn't a woman want something besides good look? Don't you want some sort of substance? Some sort of conversation? Doesn't it look like all he knows how to say is, huh? How does my hair look? Are you guys all into the $100,000 Melania Trump dress? I don't like the dress. I think that she picked it just because of the price. You know what I'm saying? $100,000. This is bragging rights. 13-foot train. If Star Jones' train was 30 feet long, what is the difference in their trains, Dave?
I'm sorry. I
was just trying to catch you on your math.
I was on the commercial.
Anyway, she was advised to eat heartily so that she can has the strength to walk down the aisle on Saturday. They say that Donald is a notorious control freak, but he sat back and let her run this whole show, planning the wedding. And by the way, she's the one who didn't want the live broadcast on NBC. Thank God. Took 28 seamstresses to make this dress. It took them more than 1,000 hours to make it. Almost 300 feet of material was used. Hand beading with more than 1,500 crystal rhinestones. Just an amazing dress. That's the part of me that's not a girl at all, because I'm like, who cares? Dear Wendy, I'm a 28-year-old female, and I met someone really nice 3 weeks ago. He's 32. Oh, good. Okay, she's on her way. Wendy, he's the kind of man that you don't walk away from. He's spiritual. He's romantic. He gives foot massages. We have so much fun together. He cooks for me, Wendy. He calls me every morning just to wish me a good day. He compliments me every chance. Is he being almost too good to be true? Okay, because the shoe is about to drop. Hold on. He compliments me every chance he gets. It's only 3 weeks old, so all guys know how to play the role. Every chance he gets on how good I've been looking. I know I should be blissfully happy, right? Well, there is a little dilemma I'm facing. Last night, we were talking about our past. Somewhere in there, I realized why he looked somewhat familiar to me. Mind you, they've been together for 3 weeks. My best friend once talked to him when we were teenagers, 14 to be exact. I don't believe we're dealing with this, but okay. This is still her current best friend, not her ex-best friend. Now, they never had sex, just a little kissing. Now, Wendy, it's 14 damn years later, and I meet him all grown up and a good man. As soon as I realized after listening to him talk, I called her and I felt awkward. I said, guess who this new guy I met is? When I told her, she barely remembered him. She didn't seem like it was a big deal. She said it was cool. Wendy, what do you think? I think you're overanalyzing. I think your friend has moved on. Thank God she didn't want to fight you over a man that she was with when she was 14. But listen to how over-analytical she is about this situation. She doesn't just ask me what I think. Listen to the rest. Wendy, what do you think I should do? I will walk away from this man in a heartbeat if getting involved with him interferes with our 16-year relationship that much. Wendy, should I cut my losses to avoid the ill feelings? Me and him have not been sexual yet. My best friend is the type of person that is very hard to read. As she could say it's not a big deal, but it really is. Wendy, I don't want to be seen as a backstabber. What do you think? Be happy, girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Be happy. But I'll tell you what. I wouldn't bring him anywhere near the best friend, not even in the air that she breathes, until well after you're in love. I'll tell you why. Remember how tight she was at 14? She might be that tight now at 28. And you remember how they have history? Well, they might want to relive their history. And at least if you're already in love, then she somewhat will realize that he is not fair game. I don't know. You know what it is bigger than that? Because it's not really about, she'll take him. It's more about throwing it up in her face. Like if he turns out to be a good man, like I think I want to marry him. You know how friends are. Even when it was their boyfriend at 14. Oh, that was my man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, date the guy, stay friends with the girls, keep the two apart, luxuriate in your new relationship. Don't sweat it. It's not a thing. I mean, I think. She asked my opinion. I mean, I know it's not advice hour. I'm over at the fax machine, by the way. I just like to get my last few faxes before Vaughn comes in, because his name is Steve Villanueva. Yes! Donka Shane. Thank you, Raven. Darling Donka Shane. His brother died in the World Trade Center. I didn't realize that. Wow, Steve, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, my gosh. He's a cute little guy, too, isn't he? In a real Wayne Newton kind of way. Yeah. And here's Rosie. Wendy, I love your show. Storm Fields is on UPN 9. No, that's not. No, I'm talking about Steve Villanueva. Storm Fields, I know. I know him and his father. I like the Fields' legacy in weather, by the way. I like their, All right, you guys, it's time for me to go. I just have to clear the fax machine because I hate when Mr. Harper comes in, to see my toe is a toe, leftovers, and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, I gotta go. I love you guys for listening to the bonus hour, and to whatever part of the 4-hour show that you get. And thank you very much for supporting our radio station, WBLS. We are trying very hard to serve you, John Q, and Gene Q public. And don't forget to wake up tomorrow morning early with the PM in the AM. It's how I start my day. Paul Mooney in the morning and his whole cast of characters, including Mark and Ellen and all them. And then it's Idimu after. He's off sick and he's back to work. And then it's me at 2 o'clock. And then it's Vonnie Harper. And then it's Champagne. So, that's the team. And this is the station. We're 107.5 WBLS. Good night, everybody.
Peace party, people. See you later.
Cause I'm saying bye-bye. Good night.
Program complete.
Welcome to Burger King.